Hey there, English learners! Welcome back to another episode of Wordify English. I'm Adam, and I'm really excited about today's conversation. It's about something we all struggle with.
Hi everyone, I'm Rosie, and yes, struggle is the right word.
So, Rosie, before we dive in, tell our listeners, how's your English learning journey going these days?
Honestly, it's like a roller coaster. Some days I'm on fire, speaking confidently, practicing every day. Other days, I can't even open my English book.
And that's exactly what we're talking about today. Discipline versus motivation. What actually works when you're trying to learn English? Not in theory, but in real life.
Oh, I need this conversation. Because I've tried everything. I've watched motivation videos. I've made beautiful study plans. I've even bought new notebooks thinking, this time it'll be different.
The classic fresh notebook motivation.
Yes, and it works for, 3 days?
Maybe 4 if you're lucky. So here's what we're going to explore today. Why does motivation fail us? What is discipline really? And most importantly, how do you actually build it, especially when learning English?
And I'm here as the person who's failed at this 100 times. So if you're listening and thinking, I can never stick to anything, trust me, I get it.
Perfect. Let's start with the big question. Rosie, when you think about learning English, what usually gets you started?
Motivation, for sure. Like, I'll see someone speaking fluent English in a movie, or I'll watch a TED Talk and I think, wow, I want to speak like that. And suddenly I'm all pumped up.
Right? That feeling is amazing. Your heart is racing. You feel like you can conquer the world.
Exactly. So I'll sit down, make this perfect study schedule. 6 a.m. wake up, 30 minutes speaking practice, grammar at 7, vocabulary at 8.
Oh no, I know where this is going.
Day 1, I'm a superstar. I follow everything. Day 2, still good, maybe skip one thing. Day 3, I wake up late and the whole schedule falls apart. By day 4, I'm like, I'll start again next Monday.
And you know what's interesting? You're not lazy. You're not unmotivated. You're just human.
Really? Because I feel like I'm the problem.
No. Here's the thing about motivation. It's an emotion. And emotions, they come and go. Think about it. Can you feel excited every single day for 6 months?
No, that sounds exhausting, actually.
Exactly. Motivation is like that friend who's super fun at parties but never shows up when you need help moving furniture.
That's so accurate. So what do we do? Just accept that we'll never be consistent?
No, that's where discipline comes in. But before we go there, let me ask you something. How many students listening right now have downloaded English learning apps?
Oh, probably everyone.
Right. And how many have actually used them for more than 2 weeks?
Not many.
Exactly. Because we rely on motivation. We download the app when we're excited. But when that excitement fades, and it always does, we stop. The app just sits there on page 3 of our phone, collecting digital dust.
Okay, so motivation is temporary. I get that. But isn't some motivation better than none?
Great question. Yes, motivation is useful, but only as a starting point. It's the spark, not the fire. You need motivation to begin, but you need discipline to continue.
So discipline is the real answer.
Let's talk about what discipline actually means, because I think most people misunderstand it.
Okay, so when I hear discipline, I think of waking up at 5 a.m., cold showers, strict routines, basically suffering.
Yes, that's what everyone thinks. We imagine some military-style life where everything is hard and painful.
Right? Like discipline means forcing yourself to do things you hate.
But that's not what discipline is. Real discipline is much simpler and actually much kinder.
Kinder? Now I'm confused.
Think of it this way. Discipline is doing what you said you'd do, even when you don't feel like it. That's it.
Wait, that's it?
That's it. It's not about perfection. It's not about never missing a day. It's about showing up even when the excitement is gone.
Okay, but showing up sounds hard when you don't feel motivated.
It is hard. I'm not going to lie and say it's easy. But here's the secret. It's easier than you think. Because you don't have to do everything. You just have to do something small.
Something small?
Yes. Let me give you an example from English learning. Let's say your goal is to practice speaking English for 30 minutes every day.
That's a good goal.
It is, but it's also a big goal. 30 minutes is a lot when you're tired, when you've had a bad day at school, when you just don't feel like it.
So, what do you do instead?
You make it smaller. You tell yourself, I'll just speak English for 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes.
2 minutes? That's almost nothing.
Exactly. And that's the point. When you make it so small that it feels almost silly, you actually do it. And here's the magic. Once you start those 2 minutes, you often keep going.
Oh, because you've already started.
Yes. The hardest part is always starting. Once you begin, momentum helps you. But if you tell yourself 30 minutes, your brain says, that's too much, I'm tired. And you don't start at all.
Wow. So discipline isn't about being tough, it's about being smart?
Exactly. It's about removing the barriers that stop you from starting. Actually, Rosie, didn't you have a moment like this in your own English journey? You told me a story before we started recording.
Oh, you want me to tell that story?
I think our listeners would love to hear it. It's real, it's relatable, and honestly, it shows exactly what we're talking about.
Okay. So, this happened about 2 years ago. I was in class 11, and I had this huge problem with English speaking.
What kind of problem?
I could read English fine. I could write okay. But speaking? Forget it. My mind would just freeze. I'd think of what to say in Hindi first, then try to translate, and by the time I opened my mouth, the moment was gone.
That's so common. So many students experience this.
Right. So my English teacher, her name was Mrs. Sharma, she noticed I never participated in class discussions. One day after class, she called me aside.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was so nervous. I thought I was in trouble. But she was really kind. She said, Rosie, I can see you understand everything, but you never speak. Why?
What did you say?
I was honest. I told her, Ma'am, I'm scared. What if I make mistakes? What if people laugh? And you know what she said?
What?
She said, they will laugh, and you'll survive it. But if you never speak, you'll regret it forever. That hit me hard.
Wow. Tough love.
Yeah, but then she gave me a challenge. She said, for the next 30 days, I want you to speak just one English sentence out loud every single day. Just one. It can be about anything. What you ate, how you feel, what you saw on the way to school.
One sentence? That's it?
That's what I said. I was like, "Ma'am, just one?" And she smiled and said, "Yes, but you have to do it every single day, no matter what."
So, did you do it?
Not at first. The first week was fine. I'd stand in front of the mirror and say something like, "Today I ate aloo paranta for breakfast." Simple stuff.
Okay, that's a great start.
But then week 2 came, and I got busy with exams. One day I forgot. Then 2 days. By day 10, I'd completely stopped.
Oh no.
I felt terrible. I thought, see, I can't even do one sentence. I'm hopeless. I avoided Mrs. Sharma for days because I was embarrassed.
But that's not the end of the story, right?
No. One day, she caught me in the hallway. I tried to walk past quickly, but she stopped me and said, "Rosie, are you still doing the challenge?"
What did you say?
I just broke down. I told her I'd failed, that I couldn't even manage one sentence, that I was terrible at English and always would be.
Oh, Rosie.
And you know what she did? She didn't scold me. She didn't look disappointed. She just said, "Okay, so you stopped. Now start again. Today."
Just like that?
Just like that. She said, "Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about starting again every time you stop." Then she looked at me and said, "Right now, say one sentence, any sentence."
What did you say?
I said, "I am scared, but I want to try again." It just came out, and she smiled so big and said, "Perfect, that's day 1. See you tomorrow."
Wow. That's powerful.
Sorry, I always get emotional telling this story.
Don't apologize. This is exactly what students need to hear. So what happened after that?
I started again, and this time, I didn't try to be perfect. Some days I'd say my sentence in the morning, some days at night. Some days it was just, "I am tired today." Not impressive, but I said it.
But you said it. That's what matters.
Exactly. And after about 3 weeks of actually doing it consistently, something weird happened. I started wanting to say more than one sentence.
Really?
Yeah, like I'd say my one sentence and then I'd think, "Oh, I should add this part." And before I knew it, I was speaking 2, 3, 4 sentences, not because I had to, but because I wanted to.
That's the momentum we talked about earlier. Once you start small and build the habit, it grows naturally.
Exactly. By the end of those 30 days, I was recording voice notes in English to myself, describing my day. And when the next class discussion came, I raised my hand.
No way. How did it feel?
Terrifying. My voice was shaking. I definitely made mistakes, but I did it. And nobody laughed. Well, one guy smirked, but who cares about him?
Exactly. And that's the beautiful thing about discipline. It doesn't guarantee you'll be perfect. It just guarantees you'll improve.
Yeah. And honestly, looking back, that one sentence challenge changed everything for me. Not because one sentence is magical, but because it taught me that I could show up even when I didn't feel like it.
That's such a powerful lesson. Thank you for sharing that, Rosie.
Of course. I hope someone listening needs to hear it as much as I needed to learn it.
Okay, so we've talked about motivation being temporary and discipline being the real tool. But let's get practical. What are the biggest mistakes students make when trying to build discipline for English learning?
Oh, I can answer this. Because I've made all of them.
Perfect. Let's hear them.
Mistake number 1, setting goals that are way too big. Like, I'll study English for 3 hours every day.
Yeah, unless you're in exam week, that's not happening.
Right? And then when you can't do 3 hours, you feel like a failure and do 0 hours instead.
That's the all or nothing trap. If you can't do everything, you do nothing. But the truth is, 10 minutes is better than 0 minutes.
Exactly. Okay, mistake number 2. Trying to change everything at once.
Oh, this is a big one. Tell me more.
Like, Monday morning, you wake up and decide, starting today, I'll wake up at 5 a.m., practice speaking for an hour, read English news, watch English movies, and write in my journal.
And by Wednesday, you're exhausted and back to your old routine.
Yes, you can't change your entire life overnight. Your brain will fight you.
Absolutely. You need to build one small habit at a time. Once that becomes automatic, then add another one.
What's mistake number 3, Adam? Because I'm curious what you see students doing.
Great question. Mistake number 3 is giving up after one bad day. Let's say you've practiced English every day for a week, and then on day 8, you're sick or something comes up and you miss it.
And then you think, well, I broke the streak. Might as well give up.
Exactly. But that's like dropping your phone and then stomping on it because it has one crack. It makes no sense.
That's such a good analogy.
Missing one day doesn't erase the 7 days you did show up. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency over time. If you practice English 80% of the time, that's way better than 0% of the time.
That's actually really comforting to hear. I always thought I had to be perfect.
Nobody's perfect. Not me, not you, not the students listening. We're all just trying our best.
What about mistake number 4? Is there another one?
Oh yes. Mistake number 4 is not tracking your progress.
What do you mean?
Well, when you're learning English, progress feels slow. You don't wake up one day suddenly fluent. So if you're not tracking what you're doing, you feel like you're not improving.
So how do you track it?
Simple ways. Keep a calendar and mark an X on every day you practice. Or keep a small notebook where you write one thing you learned each day. Or record yourself speaking once a week and listen back after a month.
Oh, so you can actually see the improvement.
Exactly. Your brain needs evidence that what you're doing is working. Otherwise, it's easy to get discouraged.
That makes so much sense. I'm going to start doing that.
And mistake number 5, the last one, is waiting for the right time to start.
I'm so guilty of this.
Most people are. I'll start after my exams. I'll start next month. I'll start when I have more time.
But there's never a perfect time, is there?
Never. There will always be exams, always be other responsibilities, always be reasons to delay. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now.
Okay, that's actually motivating. Wait, did we just use motivation to talk about discipline?
You caught that. Yes, motivation can give you the push to start building discipline. They work together. Motivation gets you started, discipline keeps you going.
All right, let's give our listeners some practical, actionable tips they can use today. Not theory, real steps they can take.
Yes, because I think everyone listening is probably thinking, okay, this sounds great, but what do I actually do?
Exactly. So, tip number 1, start ridiculously small.
Like your 2-minute example earlier?
Yes, whatever you want to do, speaking practice, reading, vocabulary, make it so small that it feels almost too easy. Because the goal isn't to do a lot at first. The goal is just to start.
So if I want to read English books, I shouldn't say, I'll read for an hour.
Number. Say, I'll read 1 page, or even, I'll read for 2 minutes. Once you build the habit of showing up, you can increase the time.
Okay, that makes sense. What's tip number 2?
Tip number 2. Connect your new habit to something you already do every day.
What does that mean?
It's called habit stacking. So let's say you brush your teeth every night, right?
Obviously.
Okay, so after you brush your teeth, that's when you practice English. You say 1 sentence out loud, or you read 1 page, or you review 5 vocabulary words.
Oh, so you're linking the new habit to an old habit.
Exactly. Your brain already has a routine for brushing teeth. By adding English right after, you're using that existing routine to build a new one.
That's smart. What's tip number 3?
Tip number 3. Make it easy and visible. Remove friction.
Friction?
Yeah, anything that makes it harder to start. For example, if you want to read English books, keep the book on your bedside table, not buried in your cupboard.
Oh, so you're making it easier to start.
Exactly. If your book is right there, you're more likely to pick it up. But if you have to go find it, unlock a drawer, dig through stuff, your brain will say, "Too much work, let's just scroll Instagram."
My brain definitely says that.
Everyone's brain says that. So make the good habit easy and the bad habit hard. Want to spend less time on social media? Delete the apps or put your phone in another room when you study.
Okay, I need to do that. What's tip number 4?
Tip number 4. Track your progress and celebrate small wins.
You mentioned this earlier.
Because it's so important. Get a calendar or use your phone notes. Every day you practice English, even for 2 minutes, mark it down. And at the end of the week, celebrate. Buy yourself something small, tell a friend, feel proud.
Why is celebrating important?
Because your brain needs positive reinforcement. If practicing English only feels like hard work with no reward, you'll quit. But if you acknowledge your wins, your brain associates English practice with good feelings.
That makes sense. What about when you have a bad day? Like, what if you really don't want to practice?
That's tip number 5. Never miss twice. Never miss twice?
This is a rule I learned from a book. Life happens. You'll have days where you're sick or exhausted or something urgent comes up and you can't practice. That's okay. Missing 1 day is fine.
But
Never miss 2 days in a row. Because missing once is an exception. Missing twice is the start of a new habit. The habit of not practicing.